What's up, Stokers? Before we begin this podcast, I want to let you know that we are, of course, brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped, thank you so much for keeping our trims pubed, for looking after our hogs, for making sure that our dinks are looking fresh and clean. Because you got a dink or some other type of genitalia if you're listening to this, and that means you got a bush. And the Olympics, Euros, baseball, major championships, and concerts are all in this summer. You know what isn't? A wild and hairy bush. So tame your pubes with help from our friends at Manscaped, the leaders in below the waist grooming. Their fourth generation performance package includes the brand new Lawnmower 4.0. And if an athlete treats their body like royalty, why not treat your pubes like Olympic gold? Fellas, do right by your balls and join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com with the code GODEEP20. Also, massive shout out to Helix Sleep. Take their 2-minute sleep quiz and they'll match you to a mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. Guys, I really mean this. I've got a Helix mattress. I love it. It's so legit. And Helix is offering up to 200 bones off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/GoDeep. All right, let's start the show. What's with deep? Going deep. Oh yeah. Get into Shavasana and let's make some sausage. What's up, Stokers of Stoke Nation? This is Chad Kroger coming in with the Going Deep with Chad and JT podcast. Guys, the ads will come in right now. But I'm here with my compadre, Jean Thomas. What up?
Boom clap, Stokers.
And dude, I'm very psyched to see that you've got a triple drink combo.
Thank you, dude.
You're rocking right now. What is going on here?
All right, dude. So this is a weed vape. I have a nicotine vape in my pocket. This is a cannabis-infused social tonic. It's primarily CBD, though. Very light.
CBD. Is there THC in there?
A little bit. 2 milligrams. And 4 milligrams of CBD. 30 cals. I have some leftover vanilla latte from this morning. And then I have a fruit smash.
Beautiful. A berry blast?
That's correct.
That just fired me up, dude.
What's in your belly?
Some of the cereal you ate. Or you eat. I stole some of it. There's a box that said JT's cereal, and I ate some of it. But before that, I actually ate probably a few ounces of raw beef liver.
You did eat beef liver today?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm on a 2 times a week raw beef liver regimen, and I put lemon juice on it, and I get a LaCroix, and I don't chew it. I just swallow it, and let me tell you guys, Stoke boosted.
Nice, dude.
I think it's so dense with vitamins or just nutrients and stuff that like you literally feel when it goes. I swear to God, it's like an energy drink kind of. You just feel, you just get like a lift in your mood.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, it's really gross, and I don't advertise it, and I don't tell potential mates about it until we're at least 3 dates in. Be like, hey, I can't eat tonight. I'm gonna be eating raw beef liver, but. I really enjoy it, yeah.
That's great.
I'm really psyched on it, just for myself.
Nice, dude.
So that's your beef?
That's my delicious beef. Actually, it's not. It tastes like shit. That's my... But it is good beef, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like the combo for someone who's... Are you processing a lot, or are you just trying to get amped?
I don't know. I think I'm trying to get amped, and then I want to tone the amp back. I just want to be able to go in any direction at any moment.
Right.
I want to be like, hey, how do I want to feel? And I look over here, and I know I got an option for it.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I feel like I whenever I whenever I'm living a life where I've eliminated all my vices, something's missing, and I don't know if it's like I do think it's part of the human condition for most people. Where you're like, you need something. For me, at least, I need something to alter my stoke a little bit. Usually in the upward direction, but sometimes it backfires.
Yeah, Alec Baldwin in his podcast with Jerry Seinfeld, he called it negative excitement.
Right.
He says we all have a need for that. Some of us have a larger kind of desire for it.
Yeah.
And mine pumps pretty hard.
Yeah.
I need some negative excitement.
Right.
It's a way to get through things for sure.
Yeah.
Like if you're going through something, even if it's just life, and you're like, how am I going to get to this other side? You're like, nah, if I have a couple beers, maybe it's easier.
Totally.
But then, that's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Then pretty soon it's a couple beers every day. Then you're looking fat.
Yeah.
And I want to stay lean.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think I get the thing.
Not that there's anything wrong with being fat. It's legit.
But for sure.
But yeah, I want to stay under 160.
Oh, for sure. Well, you look trim as usual, per usual.
You look trim.
Oh, dude, thanks.
You did a Murph, right?
I did a Murph. I can't move my biceps. Yeah, I can't straighten my arms. This is me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What up?
Felt good though. I my legs aren't that bad though, which is nice.
The squats and the mile run. The
squats and the mile run.
The 2 miles of total running.
Yeah, and but it's great. It is funny when you do workouts and you advertise them online, especially if you have like a lot of people watching.
Mm-hmm.
A lot, most of the comments are positive, like, dude, thank you for the inspiration, like, keep going. But 20% are probably critiques on your form. Hey, your vest is loose. A bunch of shit like that,
Yeah, I put up a video of me doing a clean and jerks, and someone was like, "Hey, dude, your like chest is tight, and you need to do like roll it out on a ball or something like that." But he was hyper specific, with what region was affected and like
that's really interesting.
What the fix was. But I was also like, "Hey, man, I'm good."
Yeah.
But I do appreciate the help. But I don't know. I'm just not going to implement it. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't have the patience right now for stretching.
Yeah, I do find it interesting, like the mindset of to be like clearly I know my weighted vest is loose, so I don't think you need to tell me that.
Sometimes I'll put up a very obvious joke that I think people know I'm being sarcastic, and they'll be like, "Hey man, you should know this."
Yeah.
And they'll tell me, they'll take it seriously, and I'm like,
yeah,
but wait, dude, like I was messing around.
Right.
But you can't say that.
But that's also, I think, the sign of a good joke.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, because I think it's if it's on that line where people aren't sure if it's real or not, or if you're joking or not, I think I think you're in the good joke arena.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I think.
What else?
Then when people get it, they're like, "Oh, that's really funny."
Yeah. What else is going on? How you doing?
I'm good. I went to a hypnotist for quitting vaping.
Nice.
I don't think it worked.
They didn't put you all the way under. Yeah, I resisted it the first time I did it.
Yeah.
And I think it kept me from going under.
Yeah, but I spent so much money on it that it's got to work. Lucchese actually told me that was going to happen too. Our buddy Dan Lucchese said his buddy spent a bunch of money on it, and the guy's like, the same experience. They're like, did it work? He's like, no, but I spent too much money for it not to.
Are you still vaping?
I did it a couple times the morning after. And then going back to the Vice thing, what I do is I get so excited for things, like if I just get amped on life or whatever, I'm always like, I need a fat cold brew to amp this up. I need a puff bar. That's really going to take off, and we're going to cruise right into the trailer for Top Gun 2. So I got really excited today, and I bought one, and I took a few puffs and I threw it away.
I totally get that. Just building on the excitement.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to well enough alone.
Yeah.
Go bigger.
Yeah. Totally.
Feel more.
Yeah.
That's legit.
But the hypnotist was funny because I didn't, it's an hour-long session. I didn't realize that he, for the first 45 minutes, he's just lecturing you on how bad nicotine and smoking is. He's like, you're putting tar in your lungs. You're putting this, there's 3,000 poisons. And he does this, the Socratic method. So he'll be asking you, and I'm terrible when people put me on the spot like that. He'll be like, all right, so you're making dinner for everyone, right? 20 people at the table. Everyone starts eating. You go into the kitchen to get the final dessert. You come back out. 5 of them are dead. You gonna eat what's on that table? What do you? He goes, what are you gonna do? And I was like, I'm gonna leave. And he's like, you're not gonna eat it. And I was like, right. And he just made me feel like a dumbass for an hour. I'm like, dude, I know it's bad. That's why I'm here. But he did lay down some
That's funny to not give him the exact response he wants. Be like, I'm gonna check the fridge and see if there's other food.
Right.
And then I'll probably check Postmates. And I'll check their pulse and make sure that they're not all the way. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do if you see 5 dead people at the table? You're like, check their pulse and see if we can save them.
And then call an ambulance.
Call the paramedics for sure.
Yeah. And then maybe start eating because I'd be a little bit nervous.
And then I'd accidentally die.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, start from scratch.
Yeah. He comes in, he's like, this has got to be the stupidest addiction on planet Earth. I'm like, yeah, I know, dude.
So he doesn't sound like a cool guy.
Well, I think he just puts on this hard ass sort of like scary straight exterior. Because then afterwards he like smiled the first time after like the whole session. He's like, yeah, good seeing you. I'm like, that was fucking weird.
Do you think it'd be more effective if he was more laid back?
I would have been more relaxed. That's for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Do you think the scared straight approach works on people? And Aaron, feel free to chime in on this one too.
I think it works on some people.
Yeah.
My parents have freaked me out before.
Right.
I don't know if it like, like my dad threatened to send me to boarding school, to military school. And then he, I think they fake told me the cops were going to come arrest me a couple times just to let me know my behavior was like on that level. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it ever really curbed what I was going to do though.
Right.
But I don't know, when I do watch Scared Straight and they go up to those little 13-year-olds, they're like, if you were in here, you'd be a bitch. You understand that? You think you're a hard ass being mean to your mom? If you were in here, I'd be your mom. You'd be my little bitch.
Yeah.
And the kid's like, oh, he cries. And you're like, dude, that's probably working.
Yeah.
I guess it's who's trying to scare you straight too. Yeah. Like mine was like my parents, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they were like, if you keep doing this stupid shit, you're going to be an idiot. It's going to fuck up your whole life. But they were also doing a lot of stupid shit. So I was like, it's not connecting.
Yeah.
But had it been like some dude from San Quentin,
yeah,
who was either, who was on one side of sexual slavery.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if this guy came in and told me that I was going to be a bitch if I kept vaping, I'd still vape. No, I'd bail.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, he was like a really tan Santa Monica dude with a hairpiece, and I'm like, he's like, all right, I'm going to hypnotize you now. I'm like, dude, first you got to explain the hairpiece, bro. Like,
was it obvious?
It was so obvious. Yeah. It looked like my hair on like a 65-year-old dude. And he was super tan, and he was just like,
nah, you can't trust that dude.
Yeah.
I had a life coach for like a month.
And I did.
Yeah, and I was like, hey man, I've done like a lot of like embarrassing stuff, like on like webcam pornography shit. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, do you think I'll ever get over like the shame of it? He's like, yeah, dude, you'll get past the shame. But then I saw he had a fedora on his desk, and I was like, I'm not asking you, dude.
He just throws it on.
Yeah, the hat was ridiculous. I was like, you wear that around?
Peels out
like,
in the Miata.
Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, you seem like a cool dude, but I don't think you have a good barometer for shame. I was like, sorry, man. But I did get over the shame of it, so he was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes it takes a leaky bucket. Sometimes
the
messenger isn't the perfect one to deliver the message, but it's the right message.
Yeah. And also, I think the act of taking steps to, doing things to quit, that goes a long way.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah. But I think part of me, I just this natural sort of rebellious spirit wanted to be like, man, fuck you. I'm just going to keep vaping.
I think that's why I just ripped mine.
Yeah. I love these poisons and these chemicals.
There is something too that when you start vaping, you're like, all right, I know this is bad for me, but I actually feel better doing something that's bad for me because I'm not being as protective of myself. Right. Like, I think sometimes I can go so far the other way that I'm like, no, I can't do anything wrong because that could like be bad for my health or make my life shorter.
Yeah.
And then it's like, is that any way to live?
Yeah.
Like, maybe you should kind of live your life like devil may care. And it's like, yeah, all this shit's bad for me, but I'm just going out 100 miles an hour.
Right.
And I'm just going to live it to the hilt and come what may.
Right. Totally. But I like that.
But there's balance. Yeah.
Yeah. For me with the vaping, it gets to the point where I just get so much anxiety from it that I'm like, it's hard. It makes life harder, which is where I start to draw the line.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's true. It does make anxiety worse because it stops fixing the anxiety pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think it just jacks up your heart rate and your thoughts start racing and you just, I literally, if I don't vape for a while and then I like hit one, weird sort of worries will start coming up. I'll be like, why am I worried about that right now? These things just start coming up.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll be like, I'll start thinking about like, UFOs and all that weird shit. And Just I was normal stuff I worry about.
I was having weird worries last night.
Oh, you were?
Do you ever get worried like that you just that you talk shit on someone and it's going to get back to that person?
Oh yeah.
I got kind of cornered. I had talked shit on this guy to a friend like months ago, and I said some stuff I shouldn't have. You know what I mean? Nothing too bad, but like just like too much information, and then and like personal stuff, like stuff that was like where I was like wouldn't reflect well on me if it was like a lot of people were talking about it, and then the dude I had been talking to had a party and the guy was there, and then the guy left. And then I walked into a room and my friend who I had been talking shit with was with two other people. He's like, hey, we're talking shit about that guy. You remember you talked shit on him to me that one time. And I was like, he didn't say it like that, but that was like basically what he said. And I was like, huh. And then I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to get into this. And I was like, yeah, he's kind of a squirrely guy, whatever.
Right.
And then I walked down and I was like, oh, fuck, dude. Because the two people that were in there also talking shit. Does this all make sense?
Yeah. Was this last night?
No, this was a couple of nights ago.
Oh, okay.
And then what were we doing last night? Nothing.
Yeah. I don't know.
But so the two people who were.
Oh, I know where you were. Okay.
So the two people who were in there, like I know they like to talk. Like they'll spread goss.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, dude, this thing's like, it's like that thing in Doubt, the play Doubt in the movie Doubt, where he's like, gossip is like feathers in a pillow. You open it up and then it gets caught in the wind, and you can't bring them in. You can't bring them back in.
Right.
But I love to goss.
Yeah.
I love to goss, but you got to be careful with it. It can get around.
You do. I mean, and then if someone confronts you about like, hey, dude, you talking smack, or even if you just hear that they know, that's almost just as bad.
You feel so bad. You feel so small.
Yeah.
Someone's like, I heard you did this behind my back. And you're like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was such a big deal in like grade school.
Oh, in high school too. Yeah.
Like I'd be like, I remember I had a crush on this girl, Ariel. I'd be like, dude, yeah, Ariel, what up? Yeah. I'd be like to my friend Peter, I'd be like, dude, what's good with Ariel? Did you talk to Liz? Who talked to Nicole? Who talked to Ariel? Like, and he's like, yeah, man, she's talking shit on you. She thinks you're an asshole. We were in 4th grade. I was like, oh.
4th grade?
Yeah.
That sucks. That's worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Why was Ariel saying that?
I don't know. I think I was maybe a little bit of a prankster when I was younger, and I had a buddy Sean, and we would just get up to shenanigans. So maybe. Oh. I think we picked on this kid Mark a little bit because he ran funny. I'm laughing about it now. It's just him and B. He fucking ran like this. Anyways.
Well, what can you do? What's funny is funny.
Exactly, yeah. I should have told Ariel that. I'm like, look, what's funny is funny. Do you want to make out or not?
Oh, you were trying to make out?
I didn't kiss anyone yet, but I mean, that was what I was dreaming about. I remember in 4th grade, I had these romantic, there was a major crush on. And I'd be like driving with my family by like a cornfield, and I'd be like, man, if I could just like roll around the cornfield with Ariel and just, we'd be making out, that'd be like my life would be made.
I always imagine running into them. Like my parents would be like, hey, we're going to get like a breakfast on Sunday at at the pier. Yeah. And I'd be like, maybe Shelby will be there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we'll run into each other and the parents will talk, and then her and I will be able to go down the pier solo. Yeah. And we can just like bask in each other.
Yeah. Those are the best.
Your mind is completely in fantasy land at that point.
That early romance.
Mm-hmm. It's nice when you're older and you're like, all right, well, I can take more steps to make this happen. Yeah. When you're in 4th grade, what can you do?
Yeah, you can't play it cool.
You're living in like different kingdoms that are separated by like moats and forests and like thousands of soldiers, i.e. their family.
And you gotta go through messengers too.
Yeah.
You gotta go to Liz, who's gonna give a note to Shelby, who's going to give a note to Ariel, and then it's got to go. You just got to trust that they'll all they're all working for you.
I've been called out a few times for talking shit.
Really?
Where people are like, hey, I heard you were talking shit.
Yeah.
And I think half the time I've owned it. Now I'm better about it, but like when I was young, I was like, nope, never said a bad word about you.
Yeah.
I was like, those are rumors and innuendos.
Yeah.
You can't give voice to that.
Yeah.
It was too hard.
Yeah. And because I imagine you were at school at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then you have to go to school with them.
Yeah. You got English class.
Oh, brutal.
That's why like Real Housewives is such an effective program.
Yeah.
Because it's like they're always talking shit.
Yeah.
It always gets back to the person and then they fight. That's like every episode in a nutshell.
Yeah.
But I really relate to it. That's why when I watch those shows, I'm like, yeah, this is about as real life as it gets.
Right.
And the fights that they have and like the pettiness and the way that they enact that pettiness, it's so, I don't know. It's just like high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
And high school keeps going. It happens forever. I think that's like a big theme of the pod.
Totally. Yeah. It never stops. Even in your like 50s, I assume.
Totally.
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, we're out here dating, you know, and you think, and I do have more of a firm grasp on like my emotions and stuff for the most part.
Totally.
But I still get so, you know, if there's like a girl that I like, you know, we'll go on like one date and in my mind I'm like, this is it, and I'll just be like, and then you just get in that, you know, psycho mode where you're just like,
that's the best though, when you go on one date and you picture your lives together and you're like, makes sense.
Yeah, totally. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I'm able to compartmentalize it more and sort of like have like a couple days of like high school obsession and then like, you know, break free from it a little bit, but it's still, I mean, it's still very susceptible to that.
Or you can feel it, but you don't let it turn into anything, actually. Like, you feel all those feelings, and you're like, oh my God, like, I'm in love with this girl, and she won't respond to me.
Right.
But instead of being like, hey, what's up? Like, how come you haven't responded? You're just like, I'm just going to let it sit.
Yeah.
But the feeling is there. It's just there's a little more self-control.
Totally, yeah. You don't act on it.
The frontal lobe has slowed.
Yeah. You don't act on it as much. And when you're on the date, you're like, all right, I'm gonna sit back, and I'm just gonna, you know, give cool eye contact and just, she's gonna be like, wow, this guy is so in control of his emotions. Meanwhile, in my mind, I'm like, I'm getting NRBs nonstop.
You are? You get boners on dates?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But you don't tell the person you have a boner.
No.
Yeah, for sure. You got to be polite.
No. I do the Texas tuck, and we learned that, you know, do the Texas tuck, and I beeline it to the B room.
Texas belt buckle.
Yeah.
What pops that boner for you? What's the moment during the date?
If we're vibing, yeah. If I say, yeah, I did an ice bath, they're like, oh, that's really cool. I'd like to try that sometime.
Oh, so if they like appreciate your interest,
yeah, then
that gives you wood.
I'm just raging.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's, and I'm just, you know.
If they talk about beef liver, another one of your passions.
Yeah, if I reveal
will that make you come?
Yeah, if I reveal that and they're like, yeah, I like beef liver, I've tried it before, I'm like, oh.
You come a little.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. It's awesome too that it's built around like kind of like emotional understanding, because I thought you were going to say it's their tits that get you hard.
Oh no, I'm past. I mean, I definitely admire the female form, but right now I'm just really, really psyched on connection.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I like Eckhart Tolle. They're like, I love Eckhart Tolle. I'm like, you know, take me camping right now because I got a tent.
You're pitching a tent.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's awesome. You know what makes me get a boner?
Yeah.
Is if the girl's like, hey, I don't care if the guy I'm seeing is able to get a boner. Boom, dude.
Wow.
Pressure's off.
Wow.
And then the big guy comes to stand.
That's awesome.
I complain about this site so much that the answer is I should just stop going. But I went to AV Club, and they did an article about how Ellie Kemper is in trouble. Did you see this?
I saw that, yeah.
Ellie Kemper.
Ellie Kemper from
Ellie
Kimmy
Kemper.
Schmidt. Ellie Kemper, I'm sorry. She's in trouble for... she was part of like a beauty pageant when she was like 18 that
She's gorgeous.
But it has like a racist past. Like, and I think...
Of course it does.
But that's what I was saying. It was like... They were like,
It's
in the
St. Louis,
1800s, they were hard on African Americans and Jewish people. And I was like, well, I think we could all guess on the historical moment that we're pulling from that they probably weren't good or ideal. But they're calling her racist for winning the thing. But and kind of assuming that she knew that it had an ugly past. But I don't see it that way.
Was her like special skill like blackface or?
No. She just looks like she's in a.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's not her.
Oh, but look, they changed the headline.
What's the headline?
It used to be Ellie Kemper has a racist past, And now it's Ellie Kemper participated in a ball with racist skeletons in its closet. Oh, they changed it. I think they backed down a little bit. They must have known they must have got a lot of blowback for that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean.
But that's such a nothing story now.
It always was a nothing story.
Yeah.
Like you did a thing that had a thing. Had a thing.
Yeah.
And you're assuming she knew.
Yeah, she's born in the 90s. No shit.
How old is she?
And we're going after Ellie Kemper. Like,
yeah. Ellie Kemper's a racist. Maybe that's the peak of cancel culture.
That's what I'm saying. It's like we're going after Ellie Kemper now?
Yeah.
Come on. You know, when she saw that, she probably felt so bad.
Yeah.
Like she was at home and she was like, oh my God, I'm racist.
Yeah.
Like, she's like so sweet. Yeah. I don't.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm racist. Am I racist? She probably like called like 10 people and was crying and apologizing. They're all like, hey, you can chill. You're a good person.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I'm racist. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Going after Kimmy Schmidt, I think was a bridge too far.
Yeah. Bros, I got it. We got the big one. Ellie Kemper's racist.
Never said anything racist, isn't doing anything racist in the photo. Like literally the picture of her is just a sweet 18-year-old girl like at a beauty pageant. And she's like thumbs up to the camera. You're like, what are we nailing this person for?
Yeah.
Yeah, guess what? Every beauty pageant has something horrible that's happened in it.
Yeah, and anything that has its roots in like the 1860s that is originated with white people probably was racist as fuck.
Yeah, when I read that headline, I thought they were saying that she was in like a legit like KKK event. That was like, you know, it was like she was with like, what's his face? Duke? What's his name?
David Duke.
David Duke, you know, and he's like, you're a beauty queen for the KKK. That's what it read as to me.
Here
like that's how they portrayed it. Yeah.
Lil Miss Grand Wizard.
No, if she did that, I'd be like, this is a hell of a story.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be.
But that's how they were portraying it.
I know.
That's how they framed it on Twitter. That's so ridiculous. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Oh my God, I'm racist. Oh my God, honey, she tells her husband, like, it's like breaking. She's like, honey, I'm so sorry to tell you I'm racist. She's like crying.
Yeah. I'm so sorry to tell you I'm racist.
I'm so sorry to tell you I just found out I'm racist.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was on comms and I was just like, Ellie Kemper, huh? That's who we're going after.
Got her.
Should we do some questions?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
By the way, check out this little nugget.
Oh, dude.
Cute.
She's rolling over. It's so good.
All right. What up, fellas? Long-time listener of the pod, first-time writer. This question is mostly directed to Chad, but I would still love to hear everyone's advice. Me and my best bro live in the South Bay. What up? We've always been beach rats, but recently have the strongest desire to drop knee on some waves. The issue, however, is we're grown men in our mid-20s and are intimidated by starting the lifestyle so late. Surfers, bodyboarders are notorious for being territorial. And even though we're a couple of lokes ourselves, we're afraid of coming across as total shoobies. What advice do you have for two bros wanting to drop knee? How do we find a decent beach and the courage to hit some waves? Thanks. Love for the pod and stoke you bring.
Well, dudes, I'm fired up that you wrote into the pod. Massive what up. And stoked that you're considering dropping knee. I think as with anything you do, it's all about the energy you bring. You know, your energy, your etiquette, how you're presenting yourself, in this case, to the Osh. If you're dropping knee with high intensity, high passion, massive stoke, you know, where people can feel your froth from Manhattan all the way down to Redondo or maybe even Palos Verdes, then I think you're going to dominate in the water because you guys have a strong desire to drop knee. I think if you want to drop knee, you got to start dropping knee ASAP. Make sure you got that etiquette in there, you know. Don't drop knee in front of, you know, people who are surfing. I think that's a big thing. But as long as you're getting out there, you're getting those waves and you're dropping that knee with fervor, then I fully support you.
Dude, hell yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Dude, yeah, I agree with you. I think
because we sort of grew up on different sides. You know, we came from different worlds. You a bodyboarder, me a surfer, so.
Yeah, we were kind of Romeo and Juliet of Salt Creek Beach. I think that's the thing, though, is you gotta just kind of assume the best in everybody else. Be respectful, be deferential, especially when you're first out there. But you can't let fear get in the way of you experiencing or learning new passions. You got to just chase them down, come hell or high water. So, I hope the water's high.
Legit.
For sure.
What makes someone a kook? I just love saying kook, and I love the fact that it's a term.
I think it's people who have bad etiquette and bad energy, or dropping in, being disrespectful to the reef, all that stuff.
What up, Chad and JT and any esteemed guests? Lately, the stoke tank is dwindling in a very serious way. I just dropped out of law school. I can't seem to find a relationship. And perhaps most serious of all, I tanned unevenly on the first outing of the summer and can't shake the T-lines. I'm 24 and haven't had a serious girlfriend since freshman year of college. Any romance I have had has been fleeting and unfulfilling and has left me doubting my own self-worth. Mostly I feel worthless because I don't have the capital to take a lady on a nice date, so I don't even ask. Do you guys have any dank, cheap date ideas that have led to romance in your lives? Also, any advice on the melanin situation would be greatly appreciated. P.S. I live by the beach on the East Coast. Thanks, dudes.
I think I'm sorry to hear you're going through that, my dog. But the early 20s, that's a tough time. So just know that you're not alone. No one talks about that. How right after you get out of college, it's hard. You're in the real world, and in college, you at least for me, you come from like a hookup culture, and then you start doing like dates and stuff. Where in college, if you asked a girl on a date, it was like kind of weird, and then so everyone struggles with this. So I think I would refine your approach. I think I would get more focused on, less focused on trying to find your happiness through a relationship, and more focused on what you're doing. It's like you're 24, you're building your life. Get focused on that, get fired up on that. And then all these things, a good relationship, a good tan will come. And also a good tan, it doesn't come in just one day. It comes in it comes with consistency. You get out there, you put in even just like 10, 15 minutes a day, it's going to even out and look golden. So, I think I would just take this time to do some, inner work and like figure yourself out and just become your own beast instead of trying to get that validation from a relationship.
Totally. I mean, dude, my Lord, I just think you're thinking about it way too much. Like you can't attach your self-worth to your romantic success, and then you're letting like your disappointment with that go deeper, and then you're thinking about all the ways you don't feel like you're doing well in that department. And I think if you analyze anything that much, you're going to find deficiencies. I would just try to think about other things. And like Chad was saying, focus on other parts of your life, like growing in your dome and growing in your soul and growing in your body. And if you take care of that stuff, the romance thing will fall into place. It's a good servant, but a terrible master, bro. Like you can't have romance be number one. Although it is kind of the biggest thing, but
oh yeah, we're all susceptible to it.
Yeah, look, but the more we can put it in second position or something, the better it typically works out. So, and dude, yeah, tanning, just got to stay out there, just keep getting sun.
Yeah,
I don't wear sunscreen ever.
Yeah,
and I guess it's coming around that sunscreen's bad for you.
Yeah.
I ain't no doctor, but that's exciting for me to hear.
Well, and you've got good genes for the sun.
In Colombia.
Colombian, yeah. I've switched to Coral Safe organic sunscreen.
Nice.
From Erewhon, for my face. And I guess that there's no chemicals and it helps you get like the vitamin D. I guess like copper tone stuff, blocks you from getting all the good stuff from the sun.
Dude, also, if you don't have capital to take a chick out on a date, if you don't have the capital to take a lady out on a date, I think there's plenty of dates. I typically don't spend money until like the second or the third date, not even out of trying to be frugal. I'm just like, let's just do something low key. And so you can go get ice cream and just walk on the beach. or you can put a couple beers in a bag and get a blanket and go to the park.
Yeah.
And just go have a nice little picnic and then just walk around the park. Yeah. I almost think that's better than going to a restaurant or something like that too, because you're kind of moving around. There's a lot of stimulation and there's plenty to comment on.
Yeah, go on a hike.
Yeah, go on a hike.
There it is.
Hikes are good.
And you solve your bronzing problem.
And there's nothing that women love more than a hike.
And you get to a scenic location, then you suck face.
Uh-huh.
Two things. First thing first, love the pod and love history is dank. Second, I'd like to remain anonymous. Yo, dudes, I don't know how to say this, so I'll be frank with y'all. I'm a straight male in my 20s and I like cross-dressing. Should I feel bad about it? I kind of like looking cute and girly in my personal life, but in my professional life, I dress like a normal dude. Is it wrong or should I stop? Again, keep this anonymous. Much thanks. No, dude, I'm fucking fired up that you discovered this about yourself and that you're exploring it, dude. I think too many people have these impulses and instincts and they judge them and then they just live like a life of quiet shame. There's no place for that, dude. You get one rotation on this thing, one spin through life on this earth. So I would, find someone who's into it too, and you guys can have fun exploring it together, or just keep doing it solo. Yeah.
Totally agree. I'm fired up for him. I think that's, you found your truth. So you got to live that. If it fires you up, do it to the max.
One time I was at a party, and they had wigs and I put on a wig and someone took a photo of me and the face I made in the photo, like I turned my face into a beautiful woman's face.
Yeah.
For them, like I was vulnerable and I was kind of like fetching in a way that I would construe as feminine. And then I was like, oh, I tapped into that quickly.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's like when you put on like a football jersey, you're like, all right, I'm ready to run through something.
Totally.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, there's nothing better than partying in a hairpiece.
My best friend's younger sister. What up, legends? I come to you in dire need of advice. I have a thing for my best friend's younger sister and don't know what to do about it. Last fall, my friend's family invited me to spend the weekend with them at a cabin in North Carolina. We live in Ohio. My sister is 22 and I'm 29. She was obviously super young when we were in high school and college, so I never looked at her in an attractive way. I haven't seen her in a few years and was shocked to see how much she had grown up when I got there. I definitely thought she was cute, but didn't have any plans to pull anything with her as it's my dog's sister and I wanted to respect that. As the drinks went down that night, I noticed her starting to come on to me and we ended up making out a bunch. Why am I laughing so much? And feeling around a bit after everybody else went to bed. We didn't have any other time alone for the rest of the weekend, so I figured it was nothing but some harmless fun and that would be it. Fast forward to last weekend. His family invited me to their place again and the same thing happened between us. Are you guys laughing as much as I'm laughing?
I'm loving the story.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying it. Yeah, I'm enjoying the ride.
I see that's what it is. This is a fun ride, right? I'm really attracted to her and genuinely enjoy spending some time with her. She has one more year at Dayton and is home for the summer and I want to take her out. My buddy doesn't know about our hookups and I'm not sure how he would take it if he did. I'm very close with him and his family, so part of me thinks he wouldn't mind if I asked him and told him my intentions were genuine and not just about hooking up. I feel like the age gap might be weird enough. I don't know if I'm overthinking things or should go for it. I really like her and don't want to regret not doing it, but I don't know if I'm too close to the situation to see if it's a bad idea or not. My mind's telling me no, but my feelings are telling me yes. What do you guys think?
It's a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, it could blow up.
Yeah.
I would just ask your buddy. And if you're a good guy, you'll know. It's a good way to know if you're a good guy or not. Because I think if your buddy's like, yeah, man, that's cool. Then you're like, oh, he thinks I have like good morals and he trusts me to look out for his sister. And if he says no, could be overprotective. Or maybe, he's seen you be in a bunch of three-ways and he's seen you, popping Molly and ditching one girl for another. And, he just doesn't think you're the right dude for this role. And then maybe it's time for a rethink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Yeah, I think ask your buddy.
Yeah, just talk to the buddy. Sup, dudes. Hello, all Stoker's presents when this is read. I have fallen into a sitch that has me listening to sad songs as I brush my teeth each night. I met this girl at a party who I jived with very hard over beer pong, which we destroyed in. Then my buddy tried to hike home, so I got a ride to get him, and I said farewell to this fair lady, but then she said she was coming with. What? On the way, he wrote in what? On the way to get Germ, I complimented her hair. Germ? Jerm?
It's the guy I assume they're picking up.
Right. I learned that she has that condition where she loses hair all the time. I thought twice about it that night, but then developed a huge connection with her as we continue to hang out. She gave me her last taco when we went to our favorite taco truck, which made me feel like this could be a relationship. The trouble came when she told me she had recently got out of a 4-year relationship and was feeling vulnerable, which he spelled as venerable. Venerable would be pretty hilarious if she was feeling venerable. Worthy of admiration and high esteem. I respected that hard and tried to continue our stoke. We hung out at parties with each other, but one night where I planned to watch b-ball and eat brisket, I ended up at a party she was at and came on a little strong. It wasn't super bad. I just made out with her too much in front of her friends. Dude, just shut up. Just shut up. It made her think about her previous... Oh, no, I'm sorry. It made her think about her previous relation. She stopped texting me after that night. I don't think the making out is what did that, though.
Yeah, that's not your fault.
I think you were already heading in that. If she was already feeling this, then.
Yeah.
So I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry, man. I still really like her. Don't know if I should keep going for her, or if so, how should I? Well, you're just in a tough spot, man. The timing's bad. I don't think you've done anything wrong. It sounds like you guys had a cute connection. It sounds like you were just letting her know how you feel, but...
What did the hair thing have to do with that? We didn't need that detail.
Yeah, I think he's just showing that they connected deeply and that he accepted her for who she is.
Okay.
But he's kind of maybe virtue signaling a little bit with it.
Maybe. I just as a story,
it's a little rude to her to make it.
I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah, it's kind of like we don't... Why are you making
like,
it such a big part of her identity?
Yeah, and also if he's trying to be anonymous, that's not helping. I don't know.
Yeah. Chad, what say you?
Yeah, I think it's just bad timing. I think best move now is just give her space. You know, she's in a weird spot right now. I think, you know, maybe in time when she's had time to heal from the breakup a little bit more, you can reconnect. I don't know.
Yeah.
That is tough when they could have a big break. And, you know,
It's bigger than you. Yeah. Like she has to go through her own course of things. She has to process it. And like whatever guy was going to come after that guy was going to be, that's how it happens. Yeah. It's just when you're in a really deep, big relationship, the next person is always kind of a reminder of the last person. It just goes that way.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think in time she'll circle back.
Yeah.
Chris Messina in Celeste and Jesse Forever, you know. Rashida Jones, she still needs to process the breakup with Andy Samberg. But once she gets to the other side, she gives him a phone call and she's like, hey, I'm ready now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a movie, so it's a bit on the nose, but real life happens that way, dude. I think she's going to just give her some space.
Yeah. Give it a few months, I think.
Yeah, like real space. Like go do your own thing for a couple months and then revisit. And but like genuinely try and give her time, because I think if you keep pressing, she's gonna like shell up more. Yeah, I think that's cool. You guys were making out in front of all of her friends.
That's awesome.
I like him just going for it like that.
Yeah,
dude, making out in front of people is the best.
Oh yeah. Remember when Caroline and I first got together and we went to that bar with my buddy Gabe and we were just making out the whole time.
Did I love it?
You loved it, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you did.
Yeah, I loved
You're
it.
like, dude, I've never seen you make out that hard before.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I love seeing people make out at a bar.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Just going at it.
I've definitely been that obnoxious couple.
It's
you
not obnoxious. It's
we
awesome.
couple,
Aaron, you
we
dog.
a couple, though.
Aaron,
yeah, of course. That's you guys were hot in heat.
Aaron, I saw, I think it was on your anniversary, you posted a pretty hot and heavy photo of you and your wife. Where you're up against
from our engagement photo shoot.
Yeah.
The Dirty Dancing shot, I call it.
Is it? Yeah. Dude, you got to see it.
Oh, let me see it.
It's awesome. I screenshotted it because I was so fired up.
Pull it up. Yeah, you got to make out at the bar.
This
you got to make out in front of her
wife.
friends.
This was the girl before.
Oh, okay.
It was at the Abbey on Halloween. So we're like the only straight couple.
That's hot.
Super making out.
Yeah, I guess that, you know.
But
yeah, maybe.
I didn't know. I was pining over this girl for years.
Right.
And
but you got to be deferential to the gays when you're at one of their bars.
I mean, I was. I hope.
Hey bros, want to start off by saying, Chad, you are an absolute beast for hitting that Murph workout on Memorial Day. Also, JT, you've been looking jacked on the pod lately. Keep up the good work. You're both Adonises. My friend and his girlfriend broke up a year ago, allegedly because he cheated on her. This really bummed the whole squad out because we'd become really close friends with her, and she was just as much a member of the squad as he was. I haven't hung out with her since, but over the last year, she sent me a screenshot of my dating app pics 3 times while complimenting the photos and also liking me on Hinge. We talk regularly over Messenger on Instagram, and she's been posting some smoking hot pics lately. A quick visit to the drill factory means he's masturbating to her, is enough to quell my impulses every now and then, but this may not work forever. I don't think I'll act on it, but because he cheated on her, would it still violate the bro code to hook up with his ex? One of her other bros dated and is now married to another ex of his, which was really hard for him to get over. Do you think she's potentially trying to use me as a revenge tactic on him? I'm trapped between my horniness and my heart right now and would love to hear your thoughts. We're all in our late 20s and we've been friends with my bros since high school.
I wouldn't go so far as to think their intentions are malicious. And I just try not to assume that about people, but that's a tough call. I think you have to gauge how much you like her. If you see a potential, maybe it's worth going for, but if you're just looking to hook up, I don't think it's you'd be on the other side of that and you'd regret it, I think, because you'd hurt the relation with your buddy. So I think you have to really think deep about what you're looking for in this situation.
Yeah, I agree with Chad too. Like I don't know enough to say like, she's doing it to get back at him, Yeah. But I mean, it could be a part of it. Yeah.
It crossed your mind,
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. I just think there's so many. Yeah, this guy's not the ideal dude, but he is your buddy. I think you just gotta, again, if the feelings get to a point where you think it's like true love, then yeah, I would talk to him about it first. But I don't know. I just think there's so many people you can date, and having that kind of discipline where you respect those boundaries, I think is good for yourself. Like you'll feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
I think if you went through with this, you might always feel like a little bit shady.
Yeah.
And it'd just be nicer to think of yourself as someone who has respect for those kind of boundaries. But I don't know. And then, yeah, this already happened to your friend once where his buddy married his ex. If I was him and 2 of my buddies were seriously dating my exes, I'd feel kind of like, I don't know. I'd feel like you guys were kind of like taking too much from me or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that you have like, not that these people belong to you, but it is weird to just be pulling from that same pool.
It'd be tough for me to process for sure.
Yeah, like if me and Strider both started dating like exes of yours, I think you'd be like, dude, it's like, the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. We're in the podcast. I'm like, and with my bros.
Keep me anonymous, but it's me reading it. Strider's right here. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think about this question?
Yeah.
I'm here with my compadre, Jean Thomas.
See, I kind of go the opposite way. Chad is like, I think if he's just looking to hook up.
Just hook up?
Yeah. But if you want a relationship, that's where things get a little trickier.
Right.
A relationship with your buddy's ex is
right.
A hookup that he's never going to find out about and you're never going to bring up.
Hook up and not tell him about it.
Yeah. If it's just to get that out of your system with this girl.
Right.
But if you want more, that's where it gets a little tricky.
Yeah. But what if she blows that up? He's got to deal with that.
I mean...
And what if he does a podcast?
I mean, I was going to ask also how long... if they do podcasts together, yeah. It's definitely going to blow that up. I was going to say how long have they been broken up, too? Because that makes a huge difference.
Right.
If it's super recent, then...
Yeah.
All right. It's a couple years.
This is a similar...
He's got to move on if you have...
Yeah.
Totally.
Geez. This is a similar question, but slightly different. What up to the Greek gods of Stoke themselves, and what up to Strider and Joe and whoever may be a guest on the pod? You guys supply me with the nonstop flow of chill vibes and positive energy on a daily basis. That's pretty freaking dang. Thanks, guys. My question for you guys is this. About 5 years ago in high school, one of my closest dogs was dating this chick for a short while. She's actually one of my girlfriend's good friends, too. Overall, she seemed like a good fit for him, and the squad seemed to give a big thumbs up to the relation. They dated for a few months until it came out she had cheated on him. Schmoll move, right? It hit my bro pretty hard, and the girl naturally got boked from the squad. Fast forward to the present, and my girlfriend is still really good friends with the cheater. Recently, my girlfriend has been inviting her to do things with us, and the girl has been inviting us to kick it with her too. Honestly, she's a very nice girl, and I want to believe she's grown up from a mistake back in high school, but I'm scared about what my dog would think if they found out I am still around her. Am I being a schmoll for being chill with someone who broke my homie's heart? Should I still be caught up with something she did 5 years ago? Just wondering how you guys would navigate this conundrum. Thanks for the advice you guys got, but please keep this anonymous as the whole squad listens to the pod. Keep it chill and crack open a tropical punch fruit smash for me.
Hell yeah. What is so she cheated.
Yeah, 5 years ago. I think when they were in high school too.
5 years ago. Now she's starting to hang out with them.
Not with all the guys. He's hanging out with her because his girlfriend hangs out with her.
Right.
Which to me is like a total pass.
I think that's totally cool.
If you were hanging out with her independent of your girlfriend, I still think that'd probably be okay. Unless your friend was like super. I have a friend who something similar happened to him, and he was very sensitive about us hanging out with her. So I try to be respectful of that.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes circumstances supersede like, you know, your preference, and you just kind of are along for the ride. So I don't know. I don't see any issue here. I think you're nice to think about it, but I don't think it's an issue.
I totally agree. I don't see an issue.
Especially if she cheated in high school. Like, that's what high schoolers do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would hate to be thought of as like limited to my morality in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would not, it would not be easy for me.
Yeah. Totally agree.
It's a fucking psychopath. Chad, who's your beef of the week?
Guys, I'm interrupting this podcast to let you know once again that we are brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped, thank you so much for keeping our trims pubed, for looking after our hogs, for making sure that our dongs are looking fresh and clean, because the world is starting to open, and the Performance Package 4.0 from Manscaped is here to help you get ready. Inside, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, weed whacker, ear and hair, nose, and all types of shit trimmer, all kinds of hair, crop preserver ball deodorant, crop reviver ball toner, plus 2 free gifts, the Performance Boxer Briefs, and the Shed travel bag. Also, the brand new Lawnmower 4.0 is here to take the podium. Okay, this is a 4th generation trimmer featuring a cutting edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin safe technology. These dudes have a 7,000 RPM motor, a new multifunction on off switch that can engage a travel lock, and gives you the ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. Did I mention that this trimmer is waterproof too? I did not, but now I am, because Michael Phelps is drooling just thinking about the possibilities. That dude has a huge bush. Get that weed whacker too. Trim that nose hair. They got a 9,000 RPM motor. You guys, Manscaped is the best. You know this. Get the crop preserver ball deodorant. Get the crop reviver. All that good stuff in the Performance Package 4.0. And get 20% off plus free shipping with the code GODEEP20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code GODEEP20 at manscaped.com. Achieve pubic glory this year with Manscaped. We are also brought to you by Helix Sleep. Helix, the best in the biz. Thank you, dude, so much for sponsoring the podcast. Guys, I got a Helix mattress this year. And the mattress I was working with, I was super happy with. I was like, this is a legit mattress. And then I got the Helix and I was like, okay, I'll try it. I tried it, and honest to God, best sleep of my life. Because I like a firm mattress, but this has the firmness, but also like the softness that goes in it that I was like not anticipating, but really just, you know, set my loins on fire. And it's hard to sleep these days. You know, we got pandemics, we got politics, we got, you know, relation issues, all that kind of stuff. And you need a good mattress to make sure that you're getting your Z's, because those are super important. All you have to do is take a quiz. It takes just 2 minutes to complete, matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. Super easy quiz. Get that mattress. Everyone's unique. Helix knows that. So they have tons of models to choose from. You could go soft, medium, firm, a cooling down one if you sleep hot, or a plus mattress for plus size folks. And I got my nice firm mattress. I'm stoked on it. And if you don't believe me, check it out. They're the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2020 and by GQ and Wired Magazine. Just go to helixsleep.com/go deep, take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress that'll give you the best sleep of your life. They have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but you will. So Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/go deep. Lastly, we are brought to you by Helix Beer Bongs, the best in the biz, guys. If you want to get some gullet down your, or some froth down your gullet this summer, choose Helix Beer Bongs. Go to shopcgd.com to get Helix Beer Bongs. They're legit, cheap, and it's going to funnel that beer right into your gullet. It's so legit. Check it out. All right, back to the show.
My beef of the week is, so I did the Murph. This pod is probably going to come out a couple weeks from today, but I did the Murph on Memorial Day, which is you have a weighted vest, 20 pounds, 1 mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 body squats, and another mile run. And I did the first part at the gym because I don't have a pull-up bar. Now, at this gym, you have to wear a mask. And I posted the first video of me running with the mask on. And this happens all the time whenever I post stuff with a mask on, you know? It's people like, with the mask? Are you serious? Or they'll be like, one guy goes, with the mask on, huh? Are you virtue signaling? Or like, what's going on here? And I'm like, no, it's the rules, jackass. It's the rules at the gym. I need to use the gym to use the pull-up bar. They make you wear a mask. What do you want me to do? You know, it's like you aren't sticking it to the man by commenting that, or you're not. That's not truth to power. You're just being a fucking dickwad.
Yeah, if you're a Navy SEAL, I'll take it. But if you're just some regular dude and you think you're hard because you don't wear a mask at places, it's like, no, dude. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I don't think you're tough.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm wearing a mask because that's how I got into, that's the rules at the gym.
And I don't think I'm more in Big Brother's back pocket than you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
If I had it my way, I wouldn't be wearing the mask.
I don't like wearing it. No,
I don't like wearing the mask. But it's like that's the rules at the gym. They wouldn't let me in the gym if I wasn't. So it's just like, it's just so annoying.
And if you don't want to wear a mask in there and you want to get in trouble, that's fine. I'm not gonna like harangue you at this point. But
yeah.
You shouldn't have an issue with someone else choosing to wear a mask.
Yeah, this whole it's like, oh, you're wearing a mask in there, dude. It's like, well, what are you doing? That's what I always ask these people who like come in with that
with advice.
Attitude. It's like, what are you doing? You fucking bell end. That's the end of a dong. That's the end of a dong. That's the most sensitive part because that's what you are. You're sensitive, and that's why you're coming at me with the with your bullshit sensitivity that you see my mask and you're like, oh, I'm a bell end. I'm going to comment, be like, why are you wearing a mask? Because it's the rules.
It's always the dudes who are saying like, hey, like I'm a badass who are the most sensitive. You see it in comedy all the time.
Yeah.
Like guy will go up there and do a bunch of edgy jokes. Yeah. And then someone's like, hey, I think you're a piece of shit for doing those edgy jokes. And they're like, you think I'm a piece of shit? And you're like, whoa, well, dude, look, you're the one who is trying to be that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So don't have it both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're cool not wearing a mask, just don't wear a mask. You don't have to tell other people, oh, you're wearing a mask.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'll give some of my friends a little guff about it, but someone I don't know over Instagram, no.
Yeah. Especially when it's like, it's not like I'm outside running with the mask on. I was in a gym. Anyways, that really just fired me up. I didn't respond to him, but I was just like, it's just so.
The mask isn't only for you though; it's for other people as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what it's totally for. Yeah. Did you guys see the Fauci emails?
No.
Big drove of Fauci emails came out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I didn't read into it, but I saw the headline.
Well, it's funny. I read like the BBC article, and it didn't really like shred him that much. They were just like, yeah, he wasn't sure about like the origins of the virus, and like he might have. Known that like masks were not good at blocking infection, but maybe good at preventing possible infection to other people. It was all stuff that I kind of already knew. But then my doctor buddy was messaging me about it. He's like, no, dude, if you read all of them, it seems like he was totally playing to the media narrative and that he was very conscious about like being in line with that.
Really?
Almost like he wasn't leading the media narrative. He was following it.
Right.
But I haven't read any of it. So this is all me just regurgitating. I've decided I just don't want to read anything anymore. I'll just talk to people who do read stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll just catch it that way.
Totally.
Aaron, who's your beef of the week?
My beef of the week is with my wild mind.
Oh,
Nice.
It's just I don't have trouble falling asleep anymore at night, but like staying asleep has really been tough lately. And I just wake up and I just have the stupidest thoughts that I need to, like, my buddy and his wife just found out they're having a baby. I woke up last night like, what am I gonna text him? Oh, who cares? Like, you just do it tomorrow. Like,
Right.
Whoa.
I don't need to think about it at night.
Yeah.
No. Are you worried about that?
Yeah, it's just the dumbest, and it's something like that every night.
What are you going to text him?
I already did. I mean,
What'd you hit him with?
I was just like, it's more fun than you can even imagine.
That's a great message.
That's that's how I feel about it.
That's awesome.
Do you think the worrying led you to that great message, though, or do you think you could have had that great message without the worrying?
Could have had it without the worrying.
Well, there you go.
I could summon that beast. It's crazy. I mean, like I've said it. I think I've said it in the pod before. Like in October, if the Cardinals are in the playoffs, I'm thinking about who needs to be in the lineup, who needs to be sitting, where they need to be. I'm not in charge. Move on. Like, sleep, you stupid animal. Just sleep. You need that. It's more important. You have a family and work to do.
That was a beautiful distillation.
Yeah.
I vibe with you on that too.
Yeah.
I wake up early and my mind's just racing. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, mine's at night as well. My beef of the week is with Tito Ortiz.
Oh, nice.
You know, sort of a friend, a foe, just someone that we've asked a lot of and who hasn't really answered the call, but maybe it was too much to ask. Basically, Tito Ortiz is the former 205 champion of the UFC, the Huntington Beach bad boy, bleach blonde hair, ground and pound specialist, who in the second act of his life after being a fighter decided to join the Huntington Beach City Council and was the pro tem mayor. And he was controversial because he would, represent some beliefs from like QAnon, and because he wouldn't wear a mask.
Doesn't he have domestic violence charges on him?
Yeah, and he's got some darker stuff too.
Yeah.
And Chad and me asked him to come protect us because we were being maliciously bullied at the skate park for being scooter riders by 2 14-year-old kids. And they've continued to bully us, and they mistreat us, and they call us names, and they just basically ruin my good time. And I can't go to the skate park and just have fun because these freaking kids, who I don't even want to name them because I don't want to give them more pub than they deserve, but basically they're just mean, dude. And we asked Tito to come help us, and both times he didn't, and we ended up getting verbally and somewhat physically abused. And now he is resigning from the city council. He's abdicating his position and abdicating his responsibility. And I think, Tito, when you make a commitment to something, you need to see it through, dude, all right? There's a lot of us in Orange County who can't go outside, and we're afraid of what these gnarly kids are going to do to us. And we thought you were the guy who could protect us. And I'm sorry to be disappointed, but I am. So Tito Ortiz, you're my beef of the week.
You know, I thought about this a lot. I meditated on it this morning, and we gave him an opportunity to be Bruce Wayne. We gave him an opportunity to save Orange County from the bullies. And he bailed.
Yeah, he couldn't handle the pressure. So now I don't know who it's going to be. Who's the lady mayor of Huntington Beach?
I don't know, but I like her a lot.
She might be able to throw some hands.
Yeah. We should ask her if she'll spar.
She might be able to beat up these 14-year-olds. Chad, who's your babe of the week?
My babe of the week are my biceps right now because I can't fully extend my arms because they're so sore. And I just want to give a shout out to my biceps for giving Daddy the hurt that he craves. Dudes, thank you so much for making me sore. I've been walking around like I'm just constantly flexing. I love it. Dude, what up to my biceps, man? Yeah.
Nice, dude. Aaron, who's your babe of the week?
My babe of the week is the Submarine King in Burbank. It's a sub shop. at the corner of Olive and Victory.
Hell yeah.
I've been going there a lot lately. Mike Bertolina, who's been mentioned on the show, turned me on to it. Went there today. Just super nice people, super nice vibe. Great bread, great sandwiches, great price. It's like the tax is already included. It's beautiful. I even got a drink today, and it was like cost nothing. It was amazing.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, we should. If you're trying like me, trying to avoid the chains, the Subways, and the Jersey Mike's of the world, although Jersey Mike's is delicious. It's nice to support a local business.
Nice. My baby of the week is the loaded baked potato. I think it might be the best item of food. It's a couple things that go together in it, but I'm going to call it one item of food that you can order off any menu. I got one from Wood Ranch a week ago, loaded. Emphasis on the loaded. Bacon, chives, cheese, butter, sour cream. I told them to double up on the sour cream. They never give you enough when you get it delivered. So I said, hit me with 2 of them. And man, I slathered that thing up and I put it away quickly. And I felt amazing. So loaded baked potato, you always deliver. You can't have a bad loaded baked potato because all those individual items are almost impossible to botch. No one cooks a bad potato. Bacon almost always comes out right. It can be varying degrees of goodness on it, but even bad bacon's pretty good. And then, cheese, sour cream, chives, how are you going to go wrong there? So, I don't know. It's just a perfect thing that you can always count on, and I just couldn't be more thrilled to be eating them.
Dude, that made me so hungry.
You want one?
Yeah.
You want a loaded baked potato? We'll get one after this. Let's load it up.
I'll boof it.
Like, more guys should say that to their friends, hey, let's go get some loaded baked potatoes.
Oh. Dude, that's what we should redo the scene in Swingers where he's like comforting Jon Favreau, I think. Mm-hmm. He's like, you know what you need when he's all sad? A loaded baked potato.
You need a loaded baked potato. You'll feel better.
Yeah.
And people go out and they get pizza or they go get spaghetti. And, those are carb-centric entrees. No one considers the loaded baked potato an entree, but it very well could be.
Totally.
Oh, yes.
It has that versatility. Chad, who's your legend of the week?
Okay, so I've been going back to the gym, hitting the steam room.
Nice.
And, this was a moment where I was like, man, life is getting back to normal. I was in the gym, and my legend of the week is the first dude in over a year that I saw dropping dong at the gym.
Nice.
And here's the kicker, guys.
Mask on.
What?
Mask on. Dong out.
First off, yes. But the real kicker is he had a small dong.
Yes. First one through the door. Guy with a little dink. Of course.
I can't tell you how much it fired me up. I literally, Kenny Loggins started going off in my head, and I almost shook his hand. I was like, dude, props to you and that tiny dong. Love it, man.
I always say what up.
Yeah.
If I see a dude with a little dick like me at the gym, I'll drop trout first so he knows I'm not poking fun.
Yeah.
But I'll walk over and be like, dude, my dog.
Yeah.
Brother in arms. And he's like, in what arms? I'm like, small dong army, baby. Yeah.
Dude, totally. Yeah. I was so fired up that I wanted to like whip him with my towel. So he looked over and he just saw my little dink staring back at him.
Yeah, that's a good bait and switch. He's like, why is this guy picking on me? And then he looks over and he goes, comrade. Yeah, that's legit. Aaron, who's your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is Lou Gehrig.
Nice.
It's Lou Gehrig Day in Major League Baseball today. It's June 2nd. It's the day he retired.
What's his nickname? The Iron Horse?
The Iron Horse, yes. It's also the day he passed away in 1941.
ALS.
Just reading a lot of...
Most brutal disease you can get.
Just reading a lot of really great articles about him and like how he probably had it his last year, his entire last season.
Yeah, because he had no pop, right? Didn't his power numbers like cut in half?
Still at 29 home runs.
Amazing.
29 home runs, 114 RBIs. Still batted 295. I mean, it's insane that I was reading an article that just said like his worst season was probably his best because he had ALS and didn't know it. It's just remarkable. And just like how I guess he didn't seem to really know how bad it was. Or at least he didn't express that to his wife. There's like a letter he sent to his wife where he's like, I got like a 50-50 shot at this and I'll probably have a cane in 15 years. Wow. He was dead in 2 years.
Right.
But yeah, just, I mean, it's just crazy what an amazing athlete he was to be able to do what he did with an underlying condition like that. And also to hear there was the fact that streak went as long as it did. There was some shenanigans that went along. There was possibly a rain out that never rained, but he had the flu.
They did that with Ripken too, right? Like the power went out at one game. Did you hear the story behind that?
Because he was late, because he was maybe having sex with Kevin Costner's wife.
I heard Kevin Costner was having sex with his wife.
Yeah, I think that's
And then Cal Ripken kicked his ass.
Yeah, that's right.
That's awesome.
Because Costner was doing research like for love of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then just went too far with his research.
Really love that game.
I've heard that rumor though.
It's a good movie.
But yeah, Lou Gehrig, the Grace he handled it all with.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I mean, it's going to be my quote of the week, but like to say I'm the luckiest man on the face of the earth, knowing that he's not long for this earth, but like to live the life I have lived, I am the luckiest man, despite all of it. Like,
amazing.
Yeah.
My legend of the week is Val Kilmer. I think one of the most talented actors ever, and so many iconic performances, often in supporting roles. Like he could just bring so much personality to like the second or third part, namely in Top Gun, Tombstone, Heat. I mean, he's amazing in all those movies. I was watching clips from Tombstone, and every time he's on camera, it's just like, it's such a full performance. I mean, he looks sick, but he looks charismatic. He's kind of a squirrely dude, but you trust him, and he just brings so much to the part and so much fun to all those parts. And then he just seems like so technically proficient. Like the way he could reload that machine gun, I'm like, tell me an actor who could do it better. Because like I'm believing that this guy's like the most effective tactical bank robber in history. And he's just he's a super good looking dude too, and just iconic in all these parts. And and I think also it all looks greater because he didn't have the kind of later career that a lot of his peers had. You know what I mean? He's not still making hits the way Tom Cruise or who are some other big hitters from the 90s, even like Nick Cage or I guess a lot of the guys kind of fell off. Who are some other big 90s actors?
Like Brad Pitt.
Yeah, like Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise
Seagal.
Or Steven Seagal. Like all those guys are still crushing it. But yeah, he was just amazing. All this, and then The Saint. I love the movie The Saint.
Yeah,
it's really fun, like sexy kind of espionage movie, and it's
got issue,
and he gets to play a bunch of different characters in it, and it's just a good time. So yeah, I got to give it up to Val Kilmer. I think
he's great.
He's one of the best.
Bang Bang,
super good in that. That's probably his last great part, right? Because I don't really count MacGruber.
I was gonna say the villain in MacGruber was really good too.
He was good in that, but it was such a.
There's a documentary coming out about him. Apparently, I just saw it
because he's like a Christian Scientist.
No, it's just like I think it's like about his life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, he's good on an episode of Entourage too, as like the stoner guru, weed dealer.
I can see that.
But yeah, Val Kilmer from '88 to like '94, which was a strong era. I don't think anyone was doing it better than you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Chad.
That just inspired me to watch. I watched Under Siege last night.
Such a good movie.
It's so good.
Casey Ryback. What did you think about the fight scene when he just whoops Tommy Lee Jones's ass? Like most of the time when you fight the main bad guy at the end, you start to lose and then you come back and beat them. But there's this thing in Steven Seagal movies where he only ever just beats the shit out of people. Like he never looks like he's going to lose a fight.
Yeah.
Ever. He just works everybody.
I posted a story of when he stabs him in the head with a knife.
It's amazing.
And then puts him through the fucking computer. It's so extra. You're just.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's so good.
My family and I came to LA in the 90s, and like I forget what we were doing. My parents had to like go out somewhere, and they're like, "What movie do you want to watch while we're gone?" And I was like, "Above the Law." And in that, like,
is that the barroom one where he comes out? This is my gun. This is my badge. He's in the pool hall. Kind of kicks everybody's ass.
It's the one with the Jamaicans.
Ah, okay.
And he like takes one of their eyes out. I mean, it's the most graphic and gruesome thing. And I was like, that's what I want to watch. Like,
yeah.
And I've made my sister watch, I'm sure. But,
he's amazing.
Yeah, it's insane.
Chad, what's your quote of the week?
My quote of the week. Well, I guess I have two now because I got this text. I thought this would be one of my quotes. I got this random text from someone. Hi, is this Elliot? It's Amanda. We spoke on Bumble before when I came down to see my aunt, but we never met for coffee. I'm back in town right now. If you still want to actually meet up this time, are you around?
That's my ex's name.
Oh, really? Hey.
Are you going to respond?
I'm not Elliot. I'm not Elliot.
Dude, one time I texted this person. I was like, this person was like, yo, what up? And then I was like, hey, what's going on? And they were like, who is this? And I was like, you texted me. And then the dude just went, send pics. I was like, you're 4 sentences into not knowing who you're talking to, and you just automatically go, send pics.
It's so funny. I also have one from Nietzsche. I think this applies to me. Blessed are the forgetful, for they get the better even of their blunders.
For sure.
Yeah.
I forget everything.
It's nice.
It's a good quality. I remember everything, and I'm
me too.
In the middle of the night, I'm haunted by it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Aaron, what's your quote of the week?
My quote of the week is today I'm the luckiest man on the face of the earth. It's Lou Gehrig in his final speech on July 4th, 1939. Apparently, I mean, what we've seen in video is a lot shorter than the actual speech itself, but just that sentiment of like how he understood that he's playing a game, and he's so lucky to have been able to do it for as long as he did, even though he was not long for the world. Nice. And literally, like, they were giving him gifts and he couldn't even hold them. Like, that's how bad it was already. Like,
it's a brutal disease.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing that can happen to you.
Yeah.
The worst.
And helmets should have been invented a lot earlier than they were in baseball.
Do you think there's some correlation between him getting dinged in the head and...
That's what they're saying. They could never...
Because they still don't know why you get it.
Yeah, they could never figure it out quite. Same thing with Parkinson's. Like, it could be a head injury thing. I think my dad personally got Parkinson's. He fell off a ladder and broke his hip, and then Parkinson's came on after that. I think that was kind of undiagnosed. With Gehrig, they without an autopsy, they'd never know, and they never did an autopsy, so...
Got to protect your dome. I've had a couple concussions. I think I'm right on the edge of
I just realized reading these articles, I think I've had a third one.
Really?
Yeah, that I forgot.
I've had 3. Yeah,
I definitely
one was really
got my
severe.
bell rung really hard once.
Yeah, I got a really severe concussion getting knocked out in a boxing fight at a party, and it was really bad. I was not conscious for like 8 hours.
Damn.
Like, not able to remember anything.
But you still remember?
No, I just remember it was like...
No, I'm just in general.
Yeah. I was like, I got hit at 10, and then I remembered like 4 a.m. I was like, hey, what's going on, everybody?
Oh, shit.
And they were like...
what do you guys want?
I was like...
Just tell me one thing.
Just tell me one thing. Why'd he punch me? They're like, well, you were boxing him. I'm like, that checks out. Why'd you box him? Like, he has a hot sister.
She's hot.
I knocked myself out in middle school playing touch football on a volleyball court. And the guy who was like kind of watching us, like supervising, just like was like, hey, be careful of the poles out there. You know, don't crash into them or whatever. And I was like, what kind of idiot would fucking do that? And sure enough, on a kickoff coverage, just didn't even see it and woke up on the ground.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. My quote of the week, I think I've done it before, is from the 1992 film Unforgiven by Clint Eastwood. A lot of people think it's the best Western of all time. It's certainly up there. Every scene is just a banger. And it's, it deconstructs the Western. It takes away the notions of good versus bad and shows that every character has a little bit of that in them. But the main character is played by Clint Eastwood. William Money, I think is his name. And he used to be a killer of women and children and a real bad dude. But he's changed his ways. But he gets hired to chase down some cowboys who roughed up some women who work at a bordello. And then him and this young kid blast a couple of them. And the kid was kind of faking the whole movie, like he was a real hard killer. But this is actually his first time killing. And he's really shaken up. Like, he's got a lot of adrenaline and he doesn't really know what to do with it. He's going a lot of different directions. He's like, it's a hell of a thing. He's like, it's just weird that they ain't going to be around no more. That they ain't never going to be around no more. And then William Money's like, it's a hell of a thing to kill a man. Take everything he's ever got, everything he ever will have. I'm kind of mangling a little bit. And the kid's like, yeah. Well, he's trying to get himself fired up. He's like, well, I guess they had it coming. And then William Money just looks at him and goes, we all got it coming.
That's awesome.
Yeah, death's coming for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Chad, what's your phrase of the week for getting after it?
My phrase of the week for getting after it is, I'm going to handcuff myself tonight.
Nice. Aaron, what's your phrase of the week for getting after it?
Let's go tell him why we did it.
My phrase of the week for getting after it is from Tombstone. It's Val Kilmer's character. What's his name in it
Doc
again?
Holliday.
It's Val Kilmer's character, Doc Holliday, before he has his final gun drawing shootout with Johnny Ringo, the two fastest draws in the West. And Johnny Ringo thinks he's going to be fighting Wyatt Earp, who he's a little bit quicker than. He's like, come on, what are you going to do? Are you going to fight me? Are you going to shoot me? And then Doc Holliday steps in out of nowhere and goes, I'm your Huckleberry. And I don't even know what that means still, but it's just all time.
Yeah.
Just if anyone's ever trying to be a badass and you're stepping up to kind of counter them and you just say, I'm your Huckleberry, come on.
It's on a t-shirt. I've seen it. It's awesome.
It's a great line.
That's epic.
And well delivered. And then he freaks Ringo out. And the rest you'll have to check out. All right, dudes.
All right, that was fun.
Yeah, that was great.
Stokers, make sure you get your Helix beer bong. This podcast was brought to you by Helix Beer Bongs, the best in the biz. If you're looking to funnel some brews this summer, check out Helix Beer Bongs at shopcgd.com. Keep leaving reviews. I'm loving the reviews that are coming in. They're epic. Are you reading some of them? I mean, they're so good. Really excited. And it really helps us out. So really appreciate all the support, guys. Keep being legends and stay stoked.
If you need advice, these guys are real.